everyone. Welcome to another English class. I am Franco, the creator of Franco the Tutor, and I'm your private English teacher. I'm so happy to go live one more time. It is always good to see you all and share 1 hour together. Well, guys, in today's class, we are going to learn how to talk about the weather. This lesson will be mainly focused on vocabulary and phrases that we use to talk about the weather in English. Remember, before I start, don't forget to hit the like button along the way and consider subscribing to my YouTube and Facebook channels. If you want to receive more updates, then join my Telegram group. Remember, if you want to get more information about my group, then if you are on TikTok now, go to my profile and click on the link and you'll automatically be part of the group. You will learn many new things. Muy buenas tardes. Muchachos, bienvenidos a una nueva clase de inglés. Mi nombre es Franco, soy profesor de idiomas y tengo el gusto de nuevamente ir en vivo a toda América Latina con una nueva clase de inglés. Hoy tenemos la clase número 66 y pues hablaremos sobre el clima, vocabulario que nosotros utilizamos para hablar del clima. Bienvenidos, quiero saludar a todos mis alumnos que ya se están conectando a la clase de inglés. Es un gusto para mí poder ir en vivo nuevamente y saber que cada uno de ustedes están pues aprendiendo inglés de una manera un poco más dinámica e interactiva. Recuerda seguirme en mis redes sociales. Si es la primera vez que estás viendo esta clase de inglés, pues entonces te comento que la clase de inglés va en vivo todos los lunes y miércoles a esta hora. Pues si eres de otra parte de Latinoamérica, aquí te voy a mostrar el horario internacional. Quiero agradecer también a mis top gifters: Miriam, Carla, Eddie, Victoria, Diana, Chris, Casa, Rolando, Alma, Ceci, Tania, Miguel Ángel, Isabel, Gustavo, Irma, Elizabeth, Angie, and Jahaira and Stephanie. ¿Ok? Bien, entonces les voy a mostrar a ustedes el horario internacional. Aquí lo podemos ver en pantalla. Recuerda que si tú eres, por ejemplo, de Bolivia, entonces la clase empieza a las 8. Si eres de Venezuela, la clase también empieza a las 8 de la noche. Y si eres de México, entonces para mis alumnos en México y en Centroamérica, la clase empieza a las 6 de la tarde. Recuerda suscribirte a mi canal también en YouTube. Vas a encontrar clases muy interesantes y también estoy yendo en vivo ahora en YouTube y también en Facebook. Si quieres unirte a mi canal de Telegram, anda a mi perfil en TikTok o en la descripción de este video podrás tú formar parte de esta gran comunidad que ustedes me han ayudado a construirla y ahí ustedes tendrán material adicional para poder aprender. También tienen el club de conversación gratuito, así es, el club de conversación gratuito para alumnos de básicos. Son todos los viernes a las 7 de la noche en donde podrás interactuar conmigo. Y también tienes el club de conversación gratuito para los alumnos de intermedio que va todos los domingos a las 6 de la tarde. El horario ha cambiado puesto que estas son las fechas del club de conversación anterior, pero ahora el club de conversación para intermedios se dictará todos los domingos a las 6 de la tarde. Para mayor información, pues ingresa a mi canal en Telegram, el curso es gratuito, o si no, envíame un mensaje si me estás viendo en Facebook o en YouTube. También tienes el link a mi grupo en Telegram en la descripción de este video. Okay, so now we are ready to start a class. Aren't we? ¿Listos para empezar o no? Bien, entonces, muchachos, no se olviden de compartir este video, darle un me gusta, recomienden estas clases a otros alumnos que necesiten aprender, pues sé que les va a ser de mucha ayuda. Así que vamos a empezar con esta clase de inglés y como siempre, empezaré a hablar en inglés, pero también utilizaré el español para que tú puedas aprender un poco más. ¿Sí? Entonces, empezamos. Here we go. Now, let me tell you that if you are an intermediate English student and you are looking for a place to practice your English, then join my free conversation club for intermediate English students. This club is held on Sundays at 6 p.m. my time. If you want to get more information about the program, then send me a message. And I'll be happy to see you there because my students are very excited every time that I go live on Sundays. We practice listening, speaking, reading. We also do many activities. We watch videos. So that conversation club is fantastic if you really want to expand a bit more your vocabulary and put your English into practice. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Please do it because you are going to help me a lot, and apart from it, you're gonna learn English for free as well. If you want to download the materials, then all the links are on my Telegram group. So if you go to Telegram, you'll find everything there. All the messages that I send to my students are pinned. So look for the right link and you'll be able to see all the materials. You can download them for free. Now I have a question for you. You know that I always ask this question every class. How many days until Christmas 2021? Okay, the answer is right now there are 25 days until Christmas 2021. Wow, so we are less than a month away to celebrate Christmas. How exciting this sounds. I love Christmas. I'm looking forward to eating turkey, opening my gift, and having a great time with a family. I also want to tell you that I'll have a special class on Christmas Day, okay? So you and I will have a special lesson on December 24th. And I will also have another lesson on December 31st. Yeah, it's gonna be a special edition. That is gonna be the Franco's special or Christmas edition. And I want to see you there. Okay, so we are going to start now with the class. What can you see here? These are different places around the world. We can see some mountains. That is a canyon, okay? And we also can see mountains, okay? Mountains. Pay attention to the pronunciation of that word, okay? Mountain, mountain. Sometimes you will hear native speakers saying mountains, mountains, or mountain, mountain, okay? So now it is time to listen to the pronunciation and repeat after the voice, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, I think that I have, okay, here we go. 1, 2, and 3.
Mountain, mountain, mountain.
Or you can also say mountain, mountain, okay? What else can you see here? We have one of the wonders of the world, Machu Picchu. Where is Machu Picchu? In Peru. Yes, Machu Picchu is in Peru. What else can you see here? That is Cappadocia or Cappadocia in Turkey. It is a magical, enigmatic place. I would like to go to Turkey. Have you ever been to Turkey or not? Let me know in the comment section. Maybe you've visited Turkey before. I've been to Turkey, but I've never been to Cappadocia. It's gonna be in my bucket list. What else can we see here? That is an oasis, okay? So I want you now to listen and repeat after me. Oasis, oasis, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Oasis. Oasis. Okay, here we go. Oasis.
Oasis. Oasis. Oasis.
We also have a waterfall. This is a waterfall. A waterfall. Waterfall. A waterfall. Waterfall. Now, listen and repeat after the voice. Here we go.
Waterfall, waterfall, waterfall.
Cool. And What else can you see here? What is that? That is an island. An island. Remember, in English, we don't pronounce the word S, okay? So that letter is never pronounced when we are pronouncing the word island, okay? So we say island, island, an island, island. Because if you are saying Iceland, then you are saying this, Iceland, Iceland. And this is a country in Europe, okay? So Iceland is a country in Europe, okay? Sorry. Yeah, Iceland is a country in Europe, and Iceland is an island, okay? Okay, so here we have a tongue twister. So Iceland is a country in Europe. Iceland is an island. Okay, so once again, I want you to listen and repeat after me. Iceland is a country in Europe. Iceland is an island. Okay, Iceland is a country in Europe. Iceland is an island. Island. Okay, cool. And finally, what do we have here? What is this? That is a canyon. Okay, that is a canyon. So C-A-N-Y-O-N, a canyon. Now listen and repeat after the voice. Here we go.
Canyon. Canyon.
A canyon. Canyon. Cool. Now, I have a question for you. What's your favorite place and why? Well, let me tell you that my favorite place is the beach. Okay, so I love going to the beach. Let's be honest. We like having fun and being entertained. Beaches are naturally enjoyable because of the tons of different activities they allow you to do. For a chill time, you can bronze up your paling skin, read that bestseller that you've had on your shelf, or just lay back under a sun umbrella. On the other hand, the beach is a great place to participate in a bunch of high-power activities that will get your heart pumping, like surfing, boarding, flying a kite, playing a game, for example, playing volleyball game. I love playing with my friends, frisbee, riding a motorboat. So we like beaches because they let us enjoy ourselves according to how we like to spend our time. You see? In English, you can also say, I love going to the beach because I can take a sun bath. Okay, that is one new word for you. I can take a sun bath. I think that we all do that. When we go to the beach or when we are going to the swimming pool, we like taking a sun bath. I love doing it. Number two, we have a great time. When we are on the beach, when we go to the beach, we have a good time. We also relax. We have a great time. We spend a great time with our friends. We swim and chill out. So I have another question here. What's the weather like in this place? Is it cold or hot? What is that right answer? When you go to the beach, usually you go in summer. Summer is hot, right? Hot. Now listen and repeat after the voice. Here we go. Can you hear that? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Listen to the voice again.
Hot. Hot.
Hot.
Hot.
Hot. Okay, so the weather is usually hot when you are on the beach because we usually go to the beach in summer. What do you see here? What is that? What place is this? That is, what? Do you have the answer? That is an ice skating rink. Ice skating rink. One more time, try pronouncing the word with me again. Ice skating rink. Ice skating rink. What's the weather like in this place? Hot? Nope. The weather here is cold. Cold. Remember, when we are pronouncing this word, then you can also follow the phonemic transcript. Cold. 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 Now listen and repeat after the voice. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3.
Cold. Cold.
Cold. Let's move on now to the next picture. Wow, that is a beautiful place. Where is it? It is in the Philippines, the beautiful and magical islands of the Philippines. The name of the island is Boracay. Boracay is one of the islands in the beautiful Philippines. Now, what's the weather like there? What's the weather like? Is it hot? Is it cool? Is it snowy? Rainy? It is sunny. Okay, sunny. Here you have the word sunny. And now maybe you're asking, Franco, what is the meaning of the word sunny? Okay, I can see the sun up in the sky. Sunny means that it is bright because of light from the sun. Okay, so that is the meaning of the word sunny. Sunny means when the day, for example, is bright because of light from the sun, then woo, the day is sunny. The day is hot. Aha! So here you have teacher Franco. And Franco is in a magical place. That is a wonderful place. What place do you think is that one? That is Montreal in Canada. Yep. And the question is, what's the weather like? I want you now to look at the picture one more time and tell me, what's the weather like? Is it sunny, hot, cold? Yeah, it is cold. But look at this. Yeah, we can say it is snowy. Good. It is snowy. Snowy. Good. That is another word. Snowy. Now, how do you pronounce that word? We say snowy. Snowy. 1, 2, and 3. Snowy. Snowy. Good. Next picture. What place is this? That is Australia. Yes. Okay. Have you ever been to Australia? It is a beautiful place, absolutely gorgeous. So if you one day have the opportunity to go to Australia, you'll find a fantastic weather. The question now is, what's the weather like? The weather in Australia is clear. Clear. Look at the sky. Are there clouds? A couple, okay. But the weather is clear. Clear. It is not snowy. It is not cloudy. It is not rainy. It is clear. Okay, so remember, when you are saying that the weather is clear, then you are saying the weather is not snowy, the weather is not rainy, the weather is not foggy. Okay, so when the sky is clear, there are no clouds, there is no rain, there is no fog. Yep, is that okay? Do you understand? Okay, let's move on now to the next one. Okay, here I have the list of words that I want you to learn. We have the first one, it is sunny. Number two, it is cloudy. Notice that here there are many clouds. It is cloudy. And here you can see the sun up in the sky. It is sunny, so radiant. It is windy. For example, Franco, what is the meaning of the word windy? It is windy, you see? Windy, okay. What about here? It is snowy, snowy. It is raining, it is raining. And here we have that temperature, okay? Now, what would you say if you see that the temperature is 20 degrees below zero? So if the temperature is 20 degrees below zero, then it is cold or freezing. It is cold or freezing. 15 degrees. We can say that it is cool. Cool. Notice the difference. Number one, we say cold, cold. And this one is cool, cool, cold, cool. What if the temperature is so hot? Then you can use the word hot, okay? Hot or boiling, that is another word, or scorching. And here we have the word warm, okay? Warm. Maybe you're asking, Franco, what is the difference between hot and warm? For example, if the temperature is 40 degrees, then we can say that it is very hot. But if that temperature is 20 degrees, we can say that it is warm. You see? That is the only difference between hot and warm. We can say that hot is at a higher level than warm. Okay? When it is warm, it is not as hot as you can imagine. Okay? Good. Do you understand the difference? Yes? Okay, we are gonna move on now to the next slide. Here we go. Now it is time to learn some other words in order to expand a bit more your vocabulary, because I want you to learn more other keywords that we use when we are talking about the weather. We have learned words such as sunny, rainy, windy, cloudy, etc. But I'm going to give you some other flashcards that I will show some visuals. You're going to look at them and later you will give me the answer. Once we finish, we are going to see them again to practice pronunciation. Okay, here we go. Sunny. There is a very nice song by Bonnie M. but I don't remember how it sounds, but I love that song, Sunny. The summer is magic, oh, the summer is magic. Okay, what about the next one? You can say partly cloudy, partly cloudy. It is not cloudy at all. It is partly cloudy, okay? It is not cloudy at all. It is partly cloudy. What about this one? Clear, yes. No clouds, no fog, no rain, no snow. It is all clear. Like the class, it is clear. What about this one? Beautiful or perfect? Yes. The weather is beautiful. The weather is perfect. What a lovely day. Let's go for a walk. Beautiful or perfect? Hot. Good. Hot. Look at the man. Poor man. He's thirsty. And what about here? Cold or freezing. Good. You remember that word. Freezing. So you can say it is freezing, it is cold, freezing, cold. Okay. Foggy. Foggy. For example, let me stop sharing my screen. Franco, what is the meaning of the word foggy? Okay, simple. When you open your windows early in the morning, sometimes there is fog. Okay, so when there is so much fog, then you can say it is foggy. Okay, foggy. And the word freezing, we use the word freezing when it is very, very cold and you are shivering or shaking, like it is freezing, you see, or it is cold. Okay, on to the next one. Cloudy, cloudy. Hailing, hailing, hailing. That is another word here, hailing. Now you're asking, Franco, what is the meaning of the word hail? Because it is the first time that I see. Let me explain to you that the meaning of the word hail is basically, I'm going to use now some simple words for you. Hail are small hard balls of ice that fall from the sky like rain. Okay, that is the meaning of the word hail. Because maybe you're asking, Franco, it is the first time that I see the word hail, so I don't know what it means. Well, let me tell you that hail, a hail, for example, is a small hard ball of ice that fall from the sky. Okay, I think that I have a picture of hail here. Hail. There you have it. Hail. What about this one? Raining. It is raining. Okay, raining is the action. And you can also say the weather is rainy. The weather is rainy. Okay, the weather is rainy, or it is raining. Franco, what is the difference between the word raining and rainy? Okay, there is a difference. They are slightly the same, but the only difference here is that when you are saying it is raining, you are referring to the action, okay? It is raining. There are droplets falling from the sky. And when you are saying the weather is rainy, then you are referring that it usually rains in that place, okay? So you can say it is raining now, okay? It is raining now, or you can also say the weather is rainy. It is raining now because right now, at this moment, it is raining. Or you can say the weather is rainy, referring that it usually rains in the place where you live, okay? For example, I live in Lima and the weather is rainy and cloudy. Yeah, I don't like the weather here. That's what I would like to travel to other countries. I would like to visit your country. Tell me a bit more about your country. Where are you from? Maybe you're from Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico. So what's the weather like in your country? Is it rainy? Is it foggy, sunny, hot, snowy? Let me know in the comment section. What's the weather like in the place where you live? For example, here, the weather in Lima is not good. The weather is rainy, cloudy, sometimes windy, okay? So if you are thinking about traveling to Peru, then you better go to the highlands. You will find a better weather there. Okay, let's move on now to the next one. Here we have another example, the word snowing. It is snowing now. Okay, once again, it is snowing now. And you can also say the weather is snowy. It is snowing now, or the weather is snowy. You see? Okay. Nice. And for example, if you're saying it is snowy now, then it means that it is snowing right now at the moment. So snow is falling from the sky. And when you are saying the weather is snowy, then you are saying that the weather is usually snowy. For example, the weather in Russia or in Iceland, Finland, the weather is snowy there. That is one example that I can tell you. Okay, what about here? The weather is stormy. Okay, the weather is stormy. You see, stormy. And what about this one? What can you say? The weather is windy. Yes, windy. Now we're going to look at the flashcards one more time and you'll repeat after me. Okay, so here we go. Windy. Your turn. Windy. Stormy. Stormy. Snowing. Snowing. Raining. Raining. Hailing. Hailing. Cloudy. Cloudy. Foggy. Foggy. Cold. Cold. Hot. Hot. Beautiful. Perfect. Beautiful. Perfect. Clear. Clear. Partly cloudy. Partly cloudy. Partly cloudy. Sunny. Sunny. Okay, so how was that? Easy or difficult? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so we're gonna practice, yeah? Do you wanna practice? Yes, here we go. What's the weather like? What's the weather like? Aha! Franco is here. And I was in Toronto in that time. I'm not sure where I was. I think that was Toronto. Hey, I want to say hello to Paul, teacher Paul. Paul is a fantastic English teacher. So if you want to learn advanced or intermediate English, then go and follow Paul Duke. He's a fantastic educator from Vancouver, Canada. And he's a friend of mine. And everything that he does on YouTube is absolutely fantastic. So go and follow him. Next. Okay, sunny. The weather is sunny. The weather is hot. Franco was in Finland in that time. So what's the weather like? What's the weather like? Snowy. Yes, snowy. It is snowy, you can say. It is snowy, okay? It is snowy. Good, okay. Good job, guys. It is snowy. Oops, sorry. Uh-oh. Aha. What's the weather like? It is rainy. Yes, it is rainy. It is rainy. Rainy. What's the weather like in Costa Rica? Look at the picture and tell me what's the weather like in Costa Rica. It is rainy. Good. So you can say the weather is, or it's rainy, it's cloudy, it's, yes, I know, it is a sad day. It is rainy, it is cloudy, it is windy. Yep. Okay. And now you're going to complete the question. What is the weather like in Cuba? So remember that we can also contract these two words. So when you are using what is, you can say what's. What's. Okay. What's the weather like in Cuba? Repeat after me. What is, what's. Okay, once again, what is, what's. What's the weather like? What's the weather like? What's the weather like? What's the weather like in Cuba? What's the weather like in Mexico? What's the weather like in Peru? What's the weather like in Honduras? What's the weather like in Spain? Okay, so what's the weather like is a question that we use to ask about weather. Okay, here we go. What's the weather like in Cuba? The weather is clear, sunny. Yeah, you can say the weather is clear and sunny. Okay. Aha. What are the words missing here? What's the weather? What's the weather like in Canada? What's the weather like in Canada? The weather is cloudy and windy. Yes, the weather is cloudy. What's the weather like in the USA? I forgot the USA. What's the weather like in the USA? Or what's the weather like in the States? You can also use the word the States. Okay, you can say, what's the weather like in the USA? Or what's the weather like in the States? It is more common to use the word the States. Okay, so what's the weather like in the States? It is stormy. Yeah, it is stormy. It is stormy. Look at the thunderstorm here. Okay. Aha. What are the words missing? What's the weather like in England? What's the weather like in England? The weather is bright Wonderful, beautiful, sunny, hot, yeah, warm. Okay, so here we have different words. The weather is hot, or you can say sunny, radiant. Okay, what else? Clear, wonderful, beautiful, perfect. Yeah, so there are different words that you can use to describe the weather in that place. So let's take England as an example, or let's take this picture as an example. We can say the weather is hot, sunny, radiant, clear, wonderful, beautiful, perfect. Okay, there are many words. Aha. What's the weather like in Russia? What's the weather like in Russia? What's the weather like in Russia? The weather is snowy. Yeah, you can say the weather is snowy and freezing. Okay. The weather is snowy and freezing. Yeah. Okay. On to the next one now. Okay, your turn. What's the weather like in Argentina? What's the weather like in Argentina? The weather is windy. Yes, the weather is windy. The weather is windy. Windy. Okay. Listen to the word weather and repeat after me. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Weather.
weather, weather, weather,
And now listen to the word windy.
wind,
Windy. The word windy comes from the word wind. Windy.
wind,
Windy. Wind. Windy. Wind is basically when you are using the word wind, then you are referring to the air moving. Okay, that is the wind. When the air moves, okay, that is the meaning of the word wind. And here the weather is windy. Okay, number 1. What is the question that we use to ask about the weather? Remember? What's the weather like? Yeah, so we use the word, we use the question, what's the weather like? Like, what's the weather like in? What's the weather like in Bolivia? What's the weather like in Bolivia? Okay, my students from Bolivia, tell me please. What's the weather like in Bolivia? What's the weather like in Ecuador? I have many students from Ecuador. Nicole Intriago is from Ecuador and she's now watching the live stream. So what's the weather like in Ecuador? What's the weather like in Peru? Okay. And what's the weather like in your country? What's the weather like in Guatemala? But you can also ask, how is the weather? Okay, so there are 2 questions. You can ask, or you can use the question, what's the weather like? Or how's the weather? You can use them interchangeably. Okay, so there is no problem. You are perfectly fine if you use what's the weather like or how is the weather in. You can say what's the weather like in Peru or how's the weather in Peru. Okay, so we have 2 options here. What's the weather like in Peru? What's the weather like in Mexico? What's the weather like in Ecuador? Or how is the weather in Peru? How is the weather in Mexico? How is the weather in Ecuador? You see, how's the weather? Now, as I said before, you can also contract. You can use the contraction what's instead of saying what is, you better use the contraction what's the weather like in, what's the weather like in, or how's the weather How's the weather? How's the weather? Okay, like this. How's the weather? How's, oh, yeah. How's the weather? How's the weather? Or what's the weather like? So what's the weather like in Peru? What's the weather like in Mexico? What's the weather like in Ecuador? Or how's the weather? How's the weather? Okay, let's practice together. How is the weather in Washington? How is the weather in Washington? You have 5 seconds to give me the answer. I'm reading your messages. So if you are on TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube, please write your message in the comment section. What's the weather like in Washington? Cloudy, yes. How's the weather in Hong Kong? How's the weather in Hong Kong? Stormy. Very good, stormy. What's the weather like in Cali? What's the weather like in Cali? Sunny, yeah, sunny, clear, bright, radiant, beautiful, hot. What's the weather like in Madrid? What's the weather like in Madrid? Yes, the weather is sunny, or we can also say hot. The weather is, what else can you say? For me, it looks beautiful. Okay. What's the weather like in Bangkok? What's the weather like in Bangkok? The weather is cloudy. Yes, the weather is cloudy. Very good. The weather is cloudy. The weather is okay. Let's move on now to the next one. How's the weather? How's the weather in Dubai? How is the weather in Dubai? What is the answer? The weather is cloudy. No, no cloudy. It is perfect. The weather is sunny, clear. How is the weather in London? How is the weather in London? How is the weather in London? The weather is rainy. It is rainy, foggy. Aha, what city is that one? New York. Yeah, so what's the weather like in New York? What's the weather like in New York? Very good. It is snowy. Snowy. The weather is snowy. Finally, what's the weather like in Sao Paulo? What's the weather like in Sao Paulo? Yes, the weather is clear, perfect, wonderful. There are different options that you can use here. And finally, how is the weather in Vancouver? How is the weather in Vancouver? Look at the details. It is snowy, cloudy, Yeah, it is snowy. Yeah, snowy. Look, it is snowy and cloudy. And that is a volcano? I'm not sure. Okay. Finally, this is going to be your homework. What are you going to do now, guys? That is the first activity. Remember that if you want me to check your homework, you can send it to me. You will complete the sentences with your own ideas. For example, in winter, the weather is, and people usually wear. So in winter, the weather is, cold, and people usually wear jackets. What else? People wear jackets, people wear sweaters. What else? Gloves. What else? Beanies. What else? Hats. I don't have another idea. Maybe you have better ideas, okay? Number 2, in summer, the weather is hot. And people always go, so in summer, the weather is hot, and people always go to the beach, to the pool, to the disco. What about the next one? In spring, the weather is, and we don't wear. In autumn, the weather is, and we usually drink. In summer, the weather is, and students don't go. In winter, the weather is, and we usually drink. Summer is a good season to travel to. And then you're going to complete the sentences with your own ideas. Okay, so try to use your own words. If you want some corrections, you can drop your answers in the comment section and I'll be very happy to give you the right answer later. Muy bien, muchachos, hemos terminado con la clase del día de hoy. ¿Qué les pareció? ¿Les gustó esta clase? ¿Aprendieron algo nuevo o no? Díganmelo en los comentarios si han podido aprender algo nuevo, si les ha gustado esta clase, si han podido repasar algo que a lo mejor ustedes han estudiado con anterioridad. Pues me gustaría leerte, así que déjame tu mensaje en la caja de comentarios, comparte este video, únete a mi grupo gratuito en Telegram, pues si estás en TikTok, anda a mi perfil y podrás tú ser parte de mi grupo. En mi perfil en TikTok, tú tendrás un link. Ese link te llevará automáticamente a mi grupo en Telegram y tú podrás ser parte de mi grupo de estudio gratuito en donde tendrás acceso a varios clubes de conversación durante todos los meses. Así que todos los clubes de conversación son gratuitos. Me gusta mucho estar en contacto con mis alumnos y poco a poco ir trabajando con ellos. Entonces, esto ha sido todo por el día de hoy. Gracias por haber visto esta clase. En la próxima clase nosotros vamos a aprender un poco más sobre el present continuous. Ajá, el presente progresivo. Entonces ya estamos poco a poco aprendiendo un poco más sobre la gramática básica, pero estamos yendo a pasos muy rápidos y sé que tú realmente estás aprendiendo bastante. Quiero agradecer a todos aquellos que siempre colaboran con mi canal en Facebook y en YouTube. Agradezco a todos los alumnos que están aquí y a ti también que estás viendo este video. Si en esta oportunidad no puedes colaborar, entonces no te preocupes, puedes tú compartir este video con otras personas, con otros alumnos que deseen aprender inglés de manera gratuita conmigo, con un profesor, todos los lunes, miércoles y viernes por Facebook, TikTok y YouTube, ¿sí? Entonces, recuerden que ustedes pueden formar parte de mi grupo de estudio y esto les va a ayudar muchísimo a quizá mejorar lo que ustedes han estudiado con antelación, practicar o aprender algo nuevo, ¿sí? Muchas gracias por haber visto este video y ahora sí me despido en inglés. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Remember, if you want to be part of my free conversation club for basic and intermediate English students, then go to my profile on TikTok, click on the link, and you'll be part of my Telegram group. If you are an intermediate student and want more information about my course, then you have the link in the description of the video. Click on the link, send me a message, and I'll see you next class. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to smile. Goodbye.